Yo my YouTube family, back again with another video for you guys. This one, it's gonna be a reaction video to one of the best YouTubers out there. He does videos of properties, traveling, all these nice places and vlogs and so on. He goes by the name Aina, and this video is titled How a Nigerian Built a Multi-Million-Dollar Clothing Company in Nigeria. So we're going to watch and react to it. Basically, we're just going to watch and see the amazing stuff in the video. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you grab your chin, grab your drink, your super mods, because this is going to be a long video, about 15-20 minutes. Let's enjoy the video. Let's go.
I read an article somewhere that you started selling from the back of the car.
Yeah, when I would go take my children to play school, the pajamas I was selling were in the boot of my car. So as the mummies would come, I'd literally open the boot of my car and tell them, I've got these beautiful pajamas. You have to see them, you just have to buy them. Yes. And literally built the whole business from off the back of that.
That's amazing though.
Hello guys, how are you doing today? It's Aina here again. And
Aina.
a very special day for you guys. I am here with Mrs. who is the CRO of Multimillion, and she's also the founder and creative director of Rough and Tumble. How are you doing today, man?
I'm good, thank you.
Yeah, nice to finally meet you.
I know, nice to finally catch up with you.
I've known Rough and Tumble for a very long time. I've been passing this road multiple times, and I usually see this company, but I never knew I would be able to like meet up.
Rough and Tumble.
I just want you to share your story behind starting this company, because I believe your story will be an inspiration to a lot of young people out there.
Thank you very much for inviting me to be on your platform, and well done for showcasing the beautiful parts of Nigeria,
Thank you.
which I'd seen before I actually met you. I started Rough and Tumble really because there were 2 or 3 things I was trying to do. I was trying to, first of all, be financially independent. I wanted to have my own money. I also wanted to be able to serve in order to be able to make this money that I wanted. And I wanted to prove that good things are possible to come out of Nigeria. Despite what you see, you have to learn to see what's invisible. You have to learn to trust what is the unknown, because what you're trying to create is
Amazing.
actually that space of the unknown. That was what I was trying
Her
to do.
office is very nice.
I wanted pajamas for my children. To my surprise, a couple of other women asked me to make for their kids, and somebody asked me to make 7 pairs, 1 for each day. And you know, a light bulb immediately went off in my head. It's like, she can't possibly be the only woman who has that need. So there must be a whole group of women. So I then just made a whole bunch of pajamas and took them with me to play school with my kids. And every day I just stood outside and I spoke to the mothers and told them I had these beautiful pajamas that were locally made and they were very nicely made. You know, they were 750 naira at the time, and 950 naira, 1,200.
So, how many years ago was this?
Oh my God, it seems like another lifetime. I started making those pajamas in 1996. It just grew from there. You know, more mothers wanted the pajamas. One of the biggest lessons I learned in life was use what you have to get what you want. So focus on things that you have and the value you can draw from it, as opposed to the things you don't have, because that doesn't take you anywhere. So we set up our first store that was like 4 meters by 6 meters. It was so tiny, but I had learned about marketing. I had learned about, you know, customer experience, customer service, and I wanted to embed all of that into creating this brand called Rough and Tumble. So from one little store, we went to 3 stores, to 5 stores, to 10 stores, to 17 stores.
That's amazing.
At the end of this year, to 20 stores.
20 stores.
E-commerce platform that is very happily serving many Nigerian children with happiness, as we say. It's Rough and Tumble making kids happy. I guess that's how it was meant to start. You know, and as I keep saying, the lesson from that is that you use what you have to get what you want. Because what you have, then you will find creative ideas on how to use that thing which you have, as opposed to constantly looking out the window to see what am I missing. For me, that was one of my biggest lessons in life.
Use what you have to get what you want.
Oh, and from a polygamous family. My mother was originally Scottish, but became naturalized as a Nigerian, and so lived here for 50 years of her life before she died. But she was the greatest influence in my life. Her values of whatever that I had find it to do with all
Oyibo, Scottish.
I grew up in a place called the Djibouti, the GRA
see, I would think maybe you like grew up like outside Nigeria or
No, I
something.
didn't.
Yeah, she looks like she's outside
When I
Nigeria.
grew up, I actually grew up in Djibouti until I was about 18. Life is what you decide to make of it. Where you're coming from should not determine where you get to. It's just another stepping stone to where you want to get to. So you draw the values, you draw the beauty, you draw the lessons, you draw the experiences from that, and you create where it is you want to go to. You know, I started working from when I was about 18. I divided my money into three. One part I put back in the business I was doing. One part I put into savings and in investments, and one part was what I then lived on. I cashed in my entire savings portfolio, and in getting ambitious, I then wanted, you know, a loan. And then I took my first loan. I've never put myself under so much pressure because I'd never owed so much money before in my life. You know, I mean, this was like now 25 million naira I was now borrowing at the time, but this was like 20 years ago.
And that's a lot. That's
Yes, it was a lot of money then.
A lot of money. Yeah.
But I paid it back in 16 months instead of 18 months.
She paid it back earlier. Wow.
16 months.
Yeah, but it was a lot of pressure. You know, it was a lot of pressure. And I found that borrowing money actually helped me become very disciplined. It meant I needed to put systems and processes in place, and I had to submit to the authority of the business as well. So I get paid like everybody gets paid. You know, I get a pension like everybody gets a pension.
You're paying yourself salary?
Oh yes.
Okay.
I cannot not pay myself a salary.
Yes.
I can't work for free. Because I run a business. You know, but if you are going to run a business properly, then you have to do that. You have to give yourself a salary. You have to pay yourself a salary and live within that salary. I'm really super grateful for the team that worked with me.
That's amazing. This YouTube advert.
Some princes and princesses, you know, as I always like to say.
How did the name Rough and Tumble come?
Everybody asks me this, and it's just this, you know, it was just so easy. My neighbor at the time, Mimi Shashore, you know, was standing outside her kitchen door. She was going to do a teddy bear festival. She asked me a question that, did I know anybody that makes children's clothes in Ankara? And I said, you're looking at the person. I'm going to do it, you know. So she says, what name are we going to put on your canopy? And I said, I have no idea really. She said, what kind of clothes do you want to make? I said, you know, I just want to make clothes that children can play around in, rough around in. And she said, okay, I'll draw a drum with children tumbling out of the drum. And I just said, okay, let's write rough and tumble.
Wow, that's nice.
With any consultants, with any focus groups, with any. That was just it. The Gatimo group actually also has a manufacturing facility that manufactures for rough and tumble and manufactures uniforms, face masks, and PPEs during the pandemic. We were able to pivot very quickly. And we actually made over 1 million face masks. I'd never made 1 million of anything before in my life.
Wow.
You know, so that was an experience.
1 million face mask. This is dope, man. Love to see this.
Cutting department.
Okay.
This is what she's doing here is called panel inspection. This is what we're producing.
Okay.
They are marking it on the floor.
Oh, okay.
You know, so that's the quality systems assurance. Is very important.
Okay.
What they're working on over there is like t-shirts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's going to be a production of t-shirts down there. The production. Where you can see from here. Yes, it is. It is, but this is what we need in Nigeria.
Yeah, it is.
For sure.
We need a lot of manufacturing.
Yes, it's what we need in Nigeria. It's a blade. You will literally run across
Oh, okay.
to the other side here.
Ironing.
Did you study anything that has to do with fashion in school?
No, I didn't. I didn't study anything that has to do with fashion, to be honest. But I grew up with creativity all around me. My mother had a business where she made adire.
Oh, okay.
And so she made clothes out of the adire. So I grew up making adire with my mother with blue hands, red hands, purple hands, green hands, from playing with the dye. All that creativity was always around us, and we grew up with adire tablecloths, adire napkins, adire curtains, adire clothes, adire
Everything adire.
I don't know why I thought I could be a lawyer, but that was my father's dream for me, to be a lawyer.
Adverts.
Ava Master is a new...
Did she pay me for this advert?
You're always interested in business, in
I
making
didn't
stuff.
even know that I was, apart from, yes, as a little girl, I used to take the fruits from our tree and try and sell them.
Really?
Yeah, because we lived on like 2 acres of land in Ijebu, and we would have oranges, mangoes, cashew, anwi.
And we, I'm black thing.
Yeah, and you try and sell them, just to make a little bit of money, and So I guess maybe that's where I was honing my
entrepreneurial skills.
Without realizing. But I used to also go to the markets with my mother from a very early age as a child. So I guess that whole thing was feeding me very, very deep in my subconscious, and I wasn't really conscious of it until I then decided that I really don't want to be a lawyer, but I don't know what I want to do. And she said, come home and let's see what you can do. And then I discovered that, I had a passion for this thing. So I've done a lot of courses, different kinds of courses. I believe in personal continuous growth and development. I've always believed in that because you can only teach people how much you know. And so you have to be able to evolve into a higher version of yourself, as you progress and as your life unfolds. Otherwise, everybody around you will not grow beyond what it is that you know. So you have to keep knowing more so that you can teach more.
Know more, teach more. Knowledge is power.
This is our flagship store. What we produce locally, you can't tell anything that we produce locally. It's very difficult for you to
The
tell.
store looks amazing.
All those shirts we produce.
Wow.
The trousers we produce. So you can't tell. We always set the standards high.
Wow.
Standards very high. It's not an easy thing to do, but it's doable. Your generation wants everything to happen overnight. And it doesn't work like that. It's a process.
Everything takes time.
It's a journey.
Which outfit are we buying actually?
You're the one who's buying, not me.
Okay, can I even see some of this ones too?
Yes.
This is really nice.
This is our Timotiwa brand. We're Africans.
Timotiwa.
We're ready to embrace our Africanness. It's never been a better time to be black and to embrace being black.
That's
I
right.
wanted to tell the story of us, where we come from, and where we are going. And where we're going is a limitless opportunity. It's a white canvas.
True.
But we have to write that story. We have to embrace who we are and write that story for ourselves.
In building a business in Nigeria, I know how tough it is for a lot of people. So can you tell us some of the challenges you faced in building this business? Because this business is over 20 years now.
Over time, the challenges have been different, and my perception of the challenges has become different. It's a challenge, but it's also a growth opportunity. It took me a while to be able to frame it like that. But once I was able to frame it like that, there was a little bit more ease, with the way I then addressed it in looking for the solutions to overcome whatever those challenges were. So most of the challenges we had at the time, initially when we started, for example, was getting the bank to take us seriously. They didn't take us seriously. And there was a challenge of people finding the right
people.
As an entrepreneur, being able to
It's always hard.
communicate what your vision is to those people so that they have a buy-in and they can then work with you to actualize this dream and grow this dream. I needed to learn how to communicate. I needed to learn how to be patient. I literally needed to grow myself as a person, to first master self-mastery and leadership, self-leadership, before I could then begin to think of leading a team. Then there's the systems and the processes that you have to put in a business. So you have to hire consultants, and you don't always get the right consultant. So the systems and processes are the only things that will help you build a business that will outlive you. And that was always my desire.
A lot of people currently in Nigeria, especially the young people, because of the way everything is happening in this country, a lot of people are feeling like you can't really build a business. So what would you have to say? Because I'm sure you've seen many years of Nigeria. What would be your advice to them?
Is it easy? No. If you live in Nigeria and work in Nigeria, you have the best mental muscles that any human being ever grew in the entire world. I tell you, that's what I say. And I honestly believe that. Nigeria builds your mental muscles like no other country in the world will, because you are literally thinking on your feet 24/7. The question is not that it is not possible. The question is, what are you passionate about? What are you willing to commit yourself to? problem or grow yourself as a person. Something is always going to happen. So if you have framed it as, oh, it's Nigeria, it's never this, it's never that, that is what you're going to get. But if you create a framework that says, okay, this thing is a challenge, all right, so how do we approach this? When I wanted to take a whole house in GRA 24 years ago, people said to me I was crazy to be taking a whole house in GRA to sell children's clothes. Somebody actually said to me, who do you think you are? You have to be very careful. The people that you hang around with, the people that are around you, the people that are speaking into your ears, speaking into your mind.
We can be negative.
All of the people you surround yourself with. That is so key. You, for example, the first time I saw your video was you at some waterfall in Niger State. Even I wouldn't go to Niger State. You committed yourself to it and you were ready and willing to do whatever it took for you
that's
to get
great.
to that space. You did it.
Add that again. But she's making sense though, and it's true. Like in life, you have to avoid negative people that will have negative things to say. They try to drag you away from your dreams. You know, they try to pull you away from your dreams. Try to discourage you.
You know, we have to be careful. Yes, it's difficult, but nobody ever promised you a life of Riley or a life where there will be no challenges. Besides which, a life without a challenge is a life that's not worth living. Because how then do you stretch yourself? How do you grow yourself? It's tough, and I know that it's tough, but you're tougher.
Tougher.
That's the real truth.
That's the mindset.
That's the real truth. So you have to go on that journey of finding out who you are and being true to yourself. Not necessarily, this person is doing this, so I'm going to do this. No, don't do that me too stuff. What is it that wakes you up in the morning, that makes you excited, that makes you happy, that you don't even want to go to sleep because you're so excited about what it is that you're trying to do? That's what you should put your energy into. You get up every day and you go and you do it. You do a little at a time. 1,000 steps, you take 1 step, 2 steps, 3 steps. Before you know it, time passes, you grow, your business works. You have to have a proof of concept for that business. If you don't have a proof of concept for that business and you're sitting down saying you want to do this, you want to do, don't live in fool's paradise. You are even so lucky today. You have the internet. The people you're looking for are 2-3 clicks away from you.
That's
Find
true.
them. Be that person
Network.
that's always looking for the way, because when you keep looking for the way, the truth is the way opens up itself to you.
Seek and you shall find.
Absolutely, you got that. That was what I was just going to say. Took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, seek and you shall find. But in your seeking, be authentic, be sincere, be genuine. Want it for the right reasons.
Thank you very much. I think that's like the best closing I've had on any of my episodes so far. So thank you very much for sharing your story with us. We really appreciate it. I'm sure a lot of people out there would have learned a lot from your story. Guys, I'm going to link the pages to Rough and Tumble so that if you guys want to buy anything for your kids, I know there are a lot of mothers out there watching this. Eventually, maybe when I have kids, I'll call you.
Shameless plug. We are the best children's clothing in the
Wow, that's amazing, man. It just shows that there's a lot happening in Africa, a lot of opportunities there, and it's for people to use this as a motivation for you to go out there and get it. Like, you might have money there, or you might feel like, oh, Africa isn't secure, Nigeria isn't secure with all the stuff that you're hearing happening. But despite that, there's still people living there, still people doing businesses, still people doing things and stuff. We just pray that God keep us safe and everything. We shouldn't be put off, because everywhere has its own downfall and any insecurities that's happening. Each place has its own, so we just have to make the most of our situation, the most of our environment, and make things happen. As you guys can see, the office is so nice, so beautiful, even better than the ones you see in the UK and stuff like that. And you have people working, and I love that, because that creates job opportunities for the youth, and instead of them just joining bad gangs, joining 419, doing yahoo, they'll have jobs, they'll have employment, you know what I'm saying? And also they can aspire to do the same, create jobs, start their own businesses, companies, and so on. So other the younger ones and whoever needs a job can work under them, and it just passes on and continues, rather than us just sitting down and waiting and relying for the government. But anyway, you guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. See you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts on this one. What do you think? My lunch time is over now. I'm going in. That's me. I'm working. One day I hope I have my own business. In Jesus' name, amen. Everybody will make it. Amen. Peace.